Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you. Whenever you'll be watching this video, it is my privilege to welcome you to week one of Bible 103, the drama of Scripture. This is your instructor, James, coming to you from fabulous Fabersham Drive in Snellville, Georgia. And if you're not exactly sure where that is, Snellville is about 25 to 30 miles northeast of the city of Atlanta. And we are still actually considered Atlanta. So when I tell people where I'm from, generally I say first Atlanta, and then if the suburb comes up, well. But anyway, enough about that. Hey, very short video to welcome you to the first week of class. Thank you to everyone who participated in the Introduce Yourself forum. If you haven't done that yet, there's still time for you to do that. And you're actually not behind really in any coursework at this point. Week one begins, just past midnight here in Snellville. So this is Monday. So I want to encourage you to go back and introduce yourself. Be glad to have you do that and get started with the week one work. I am on the module for week one here on Canvas, and I just want to take a little bit of time to go over what we're going to be looking at this week. We all love a good story. The overview states, to paraphrase N.T. Wright. N.T. Wright is a New Testament scholar, one of the world's foremost New Testament scholars. Wright said, "Story is the best way to talk about reality." So this week, as we begin our journey together, we will look at why story is powerful, what makes up a great story, and why it is logical for God to communicate with men and women through story. Each of us will have the opportunity to hone our storytelling skills, and as the week comes to a close, we'll dip our toe into the first act of God's story. So if you look down here with me under week one learning activities, you will be doing some reading from your Bartholomew and Goheen textbook, the prologue, the Bible as a grand story, and then act one, God establishes his kingdom, creation. And then you'll notice here it says read Genesis 1 to 2 from your ESV study Bible. I believe I mentioned in an earlier video that I'm not going to be a stickler for it being the ESV. If you have the NIV or the NASB or the NRSV, or maybe even the New Living Translation, though that's kind of getting a bit over toward the paraphrasing side of things. If you have a question about the translation of the scriptures that you would like to use for the class, just simply send me a message here on Canvas or send me an email, and I'm sure King James is fine. But I'm hoping that you have a translation. I always encourage my students to read more than one. But if you have a primary one that you go to, and you just have a question about whether or not it'd be okay, just shoot me like I said, just shoot me a message or an email, and I'm sure there won't be any problem. But we're asking you to read Genesis 1 and 2 from the Bible this week. Now, you do have videos as well. There are 4 videos for you. One of them is up here at the top of the page on the power of story. The other 3 are linked here under learning activities, the power of story part 2, when God began, and wonderfully made. So you would want you to view all 4 of those videos. Now, you also have some written assignments that you'll be doing this week. So I'm heading on over here to the assignments tab, and you see here that you have 2 discussion topics. Now, again, this isn't written in the directions, but I did send out an announcement, and you'll want to take a look at that about the guidelines for the discussion topics. I'm looking for 1 original post of 250 words and 1 response to a classmate of 100 words. You can reply and engage with as many classmates as you would like. But as far as credit goes on these discussion topics, we are asking you to 250 words for your initial response and 100 words for your response to a classmate. Now, opening these up, the first one, Some of you have already begun this, and I'm grateful for that. For the initial forum post, write about your personal experience with the power of story. Identify several stories which have had an impact on your life. And these stories can come from the Bible. They can come from events of your life. They can come from movies. They can come from books. What stories have had an impact on your life? So 250 words in the original response, and then 100 words in a response to a classmate. The second topic for this week, we give you this statement here: the main ingredient of creation is love. And we're asking you to respond to that, writing about the implications of the statement. How would your life be different if this was the operating principle that we lived by? The main ingredient of creation is love. What would be different in the world if everyone held the worldview of love being the main ingredient? Okay, so those are your two discussions for this week. There is one more written assignment for you here, and I'll be scrolling down to that. Here it is right here. One activity this week, one written activity, and that is write your story in 1,000 words. We give you some questions down here, just kind of bullet points to kind of help you out to do that. As I say, you've got a lot of freedom. You can write chronologically, or you can focus on major events. This just gives you an opportunity to share who you are and how you came to be who you are. And you can also, and I encourage all of my students to take advantage of the free Writing Center here at Point, the online Writing Center. And I cannot stress enough how really important and vital that can be for you. You can submit your work to them, and they will take a look at it and send it back to you with some helpful comments and some corrections for you. The goal is to help us all become better thinkers, better writers, and better communicators. So, okay. All right, I don't want to take any more of your time. I do like to keep these videos short, but this is what's going on for the first week. Again, I thank God for you. I'm glad to be on the journey with you, and I will be checking back in with you in a couple of days just to keep everybody going. Anytime at all you have a question, concern, or anything like that, again, message me here on Canvas, or you can shoot me an email via at james.shelton with a T, Shelton, james.shelton at point.edu. Okay? God bless you. Have a wonderful week.